It's Amy Sherman from M Live and Michigan's Best. I'm here with my buddy John Gonzalez, where we are together, apart, just like everybody else. But it is a beautiful day outside. We're starting to see some spring and summer weather. So we thought it is the perfect time for us to do one of our famous beer tastings and to try some new beers. Right, John?
That's right. The weather's warming up. It's starting to feel like summer. And with summer comes summer beers and maybe watching those, watching your calories at the same time.
Well, we need to watch the calories, that's for sure. Even though we haven't been on a search since March 17th or so, staying at home, I know that I might not have gained the COVID, 15 or whatever, but I've gained a few pounds just from, laying around, it seems like. So anyway, so we're going to try some of these lower calorie, lighter ABV beers that are kind of perfect for spring and for summer. Just the, right amount of flavor, but with a little lower calorie profile. So let's try these beers, John. We've got maybe about 8 to 10 of these beers, mostly Michigan. I think there's only one that's not a Michigan brewed beer. And actually, let's just start with that one and get it out of the way.
Okay, sounds good.
So this is the Light Sky from Blue Moon. It's labeled a citrus wheat. It has 3.6 carbs and 95 calories, and it's brewed with tangerine peel.
I don't know if this is accurate, but it says $1.19. Does that sound about right to you?
That's what mine says too. So if you want to buy just one to try it, you can get it for $1.19. Not bad, actually. All right. Let's see what this bad boy looks like from our friends at Blue Moon. I wouldn't say my friends, but whatever. The people at Blue Moon, which are probably good people. It's pretty light.
Very light colored beer.
Mine was like clear and almost like white.
I'm getting some citrus, that tangerine.
Very thin. Almost seltzer-like.
Very seltzer-like. I get a lot of bubbly. It's just all through my mouth. Just
not sweet Sprite. Are you sure this is supposed to be a beer, or is it supposed to be a seltzer?
Light Sky citrus wheat would imply a beer.
Would imply a beer, but you know what, guys? This doesn't taste like a beer, okay? So
if you're looking for a seltzer, if you're looking
for more of a seltzer type, this is the one you want to get. It's not offensive.
Not offensive. Wow, nice job.
That's Sherman's resounding.
But okay, in a pinch,
endorsement.
In a pinch, it's in a pinch beer, and you're golfing, and you want something light.
Well,
this is nothing available.
I will say it's 4% alcohol, decent.
Yeah.
The 95 calories is really great, and this is 16 ounces, so that's 95 calories in 16 ounces. So if you had a koozie to keep it nice and cold, yeah, you're right. On the golf course, that might be decent.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, let's go with another fruity one. Let's do Arbor Brewing Company's Trail Light. Now, this is a raspberry flavored ale. It is 99 calories, 3 grams of carbs, and 0 fat.
Are you looking at me?
I'm like, aren't they all 0 fat? But whatever,
exactly.
Okay.
I like the 99 calories. That's cool. Fewer calories than...
The can is very cute.
Yeah. And I had not heard that they were doing this. Raspberry, right?
Oh, it's a Pinky Tuscadero. Look at that.
I see it. I'll pour some as well.
Here. I don't get a lot of raspberry on the nose.
Really? Yeah, I'm getting a lot.
I get just a hint. Maybe I have coronavirus and I don't have a sense of smell.
No. Yeah, I get tons of raspberry.
Ooh. Yeah, I don't get a ton of raspberry. I get a little bit in the taste. It's very light. It's, again, is this a seltzer? Is this a beer? It says ale. Oh, it also says it's brewed with hibiscus.
Hibiscus, yeah.
I almost get more of the hibiscus than I do the raspberry. Very, very light. Again, much more like a seltzer than a beer. This, if you don't like beer, you'd probably love this. You would think it's a seltzer.
I want to mix this with something.
Gin.
You're not supposed to make me spit out. That's your goal for today, right?
This is not bad. I mean, Again, if you really aren't into beer, you're going to probably really enjoy this. It's very drinkable. It's crushable. Might be nice on a river as you're floating down in a tube. It's a cute little can.
Yeah, by water. Or on a trail, because it's Trail Light.
Because you're Trail Light. Okay, Trail Light from Arbor Brewing. We give that, it's also not offensive. It's actually, I think it's better than that
It's better than the Blue Moon. Yeah.
The Blue Moon thing. Yeah, that actually has
better.
some good flavor to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the hibiscus.
All right, now let's move into our friends at New Holland, who came up with this spring, the Light Point. I think it was new this spring, right, John?
It was, yeah. It did be the spring and early spring, actually, late winter, whenever that was. St. Patrick's Day around.
They're calling this a functional white ale. So I'm not sure if that means so you can still function after you've had several of these white ales, or if it means that it's a functional brew. But it says it's a white ale brewed with coconut water, raw honey, orange peel, and natural flavor. I feel healthy already.
Yeah, only 3.75% ABV and 2.3 carbs.
Okay.
I'm going to guess 0 fat.
Yes. You know what? You're going to be correct with that. Now, I'm wondering if it's brewed with the coconut water, if that can hydrate me as I drink it. It's very light also, almost crystally clear, right?
Yeah, right. You can see right through that.
Oh, I get orange right away.
Orange.
That's a damn health tonic right there.
I don't know if this tastes like a beer either, though.
No, I would say that I'm not getting a lot of beer on this one. I like this one, actually. I like the flavors behind it. This would be another one I think that would be a good cocktail mixer, something or other. But this one is very unique. Maybe that's why they called it a functional white ale, because they had to give it its own name. They couldn't call it because it's something totally different and new. I don't think I've ever had a beer that's been brewed with coconut water, so that's very interesting to me.
I'm getting a lot of tangerine. How about you?
Yeah, orange.
Orange, yeah.
It's definitely different. I would like to cook chicken with this. I would pour it in a curry. I've put it in curry. Chicken? Yeah.
Makes sense, yeah.
This would make a really good beer can chicken. It'd be something totally different. I don't know. I kind of like this, but again, I don't think I'd call it beer.
I think this would go well with an orange if you like adding an orange or any
Whoa,
fruit.
That's Oberon's territory, my friend.
It is, but I'm just saying you could.
You could. Okay, so those beers were all different styles of beers, and the rest of the ones that we're going to try today, everyone, are IPA styles. So, and I was surprised that we had this many that are all IPAs. So we've now got about 6 that are low calorie, lower ABV, low carb IPAs. Now, typically, a lot of IPAs, like our beloved Two-Hearted, are delicious, but they're like 7.2% ABV. They can have upwards of 250 calories in them, a few more carbs. So while they're delicious, they pack a bigger punch in a lot of different ways. So these might be some nice options for you to try if you don't, you want to have more than one, or you don't want to not fit in your pants. So since I just showed Two-Hearted, let's do Lighthearted, which everyone was so very excited when this came out this past spring from Bell's Brewery. People have been waiting for it for years because Two-Hearted is so popular to actually have something that was a little bit lower in those calories and ABV. So it's labeled a low-cal IPA. Now, this comes in at what, John?
3.7%?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. I thought it was about 3.7%. Yeah, 3.7%. It's got, I can't read the carbs, 8.7 carbs, 110 calories. So definitely lower in calories than the regular Two-Hearted. So this is Lighthearted. It's got a little bit of a deeper color than the other beers we just tried. A slight hint of gold to it, maybe like straw yellow. It's very crisp and clean. It's got a hint of citrus to it, but it's definitely not. I don't feel overpowered by one type of hops or anything. It's balanced, but it definitely has a hop backbone to it.
I do like this because it does remind you that it's a beer, right? It's an IPA, and it's just not seltzery at all. I love the color. I love the flavor. You know what? This is a great beer.
It is a really good beer, I think. Yeah, because like you said, it's a beer. If you're looking for a solid, this is a beer tasting beer. Yeah. This hits the mark.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, I give this thumbs up. Lighthearted. Boomba.
Nice. All right.
And just in case I am pouring my samples out as I move along because I don't want to overdo it. This is a professional tasting, Gonzo. Professional.
Okay, I'm not a professional. I've got multiple samples here.
Oh, I'm going to come back to all these later. Don't worry. All my
your big jug?
my cans.
Okay.
Okay, what you want to do? Let's do. I haven't had this one yet. Let's do Perrin Northern Dream IPA. This is another new one, right?
That is, yes, it's a newer one. I have that one, but I didn't bring it with me because that's not one of their lower ones. They have the low rise. So
I got that one too. We'll do that one next. Hold on, let me quick try this one then. You brought this for me. You went and picked it up at the brewery, didn't you?
Yeah, right during the beginning of the whole shutdown.
So it's Northern Dream. It's actually got nice color. A little bit golden. It says it's brewed using large amounts of intense, flavorful, resinous hops to remind you of walks through the deep woods up north. Here's to warm weather, sunny days, and northern dreams.
I did like this beer a lot. It does remind you, it's really resiny, and it reminds you of a northern Michigan beer.
Yeah, but this isn't light.
No, it's not light. That's why I didn't include it today.
Well, I thought it was. I thought it was labeled as a light beer. Okay, so I'm sorry. This is 7% ABV. So hello. So much for my professional tasting.
You're gonna break. Okay, I'll go back to the Lighthearted then.
Oh yeah, that's a boom. That's a punch in the face. Okay.
But I can see where they would call it northern, trip there because it feels like a northern Michigan beer.
I agree. No, it's good. Okay, but this is the low rise, and this is the 100-calorie IPA. It says it's crisp, easy drinking, a low-cal IPA with 100 calories. This light-bodied IPA blends sultana and citra hops with malt for floral and citrus aromatics. Now, I do love me some citra hops. I think they're delicious.
What does the price say on that one? $1.99 looks like.
$2, yeah. Now this is 4% alcohol by volume, and I don't see 100 calories. Yeah, okay.
And our friend David Castor from Party World says he's got plenty in stock, so coming out see him when I stopped by this morning to see him.
Great, that's a very light colored one. Definitely get the Citra. I feel it's a little more one note hop wise than maybe the Lighthearted is. That's not bad. Crisp, easy drinking.
There's a little bit of an aftertaste that it's a little bitter for me. Maybe it's the sultana hops. I'm not sure what it is, but there's something there at the end. Right
there at the middle of your tongue. Yeah, it's a little bit bitter. But if you want a full flavored, that sense of the IPA, while it's not full bodied, it definitely has the big hop profile on it.
Yeah.
I like that one. That's pretty decent.
Again, it reminds you that it's a beer.
Hello, it's a beer. Thank you, Karen, for making it actually.
Low rise. How many calories? Oh, 100 calories. All right.
100 calories.
You're keeping track.
You can have like 7 of them. Okay, let's do Lil Huma.
Lil Huma, okay.
Lil Huma. Now, I tried this.
You've tried this already, yeah.
You haven't tried it yet.
I have not, no.
Okay, so this is part of the Refreshin' Session Pack, shorts variety pack for the summer that they're offering right now. They're going to probably run out of it towards the end of May, and then they're going to do another run of it in June. So if you don't see it the first time around, check it for the second.
I love the can.
3 different beers and 1 seltzer in it. And Lil Huma is one of them. So Lil Huma is their teeny version of Huma Lumalicious. So this is it's a session IPA. It's got 4.5 ABV, 95 calories, and 4 grams of carbs. And it's a lighter version.
I do like the canning of this. It looks great. We'll try it.
Now, regular Huma comes in at like a whopping 80 IBUs.
Yeah.
This is nowhere near that. And it also is like a 7% ABV. So this is much, much lighter. It's like they cut it in half almost. It's like, I like that they name it Lil Huma because it's like baby brother. Hello.
You know what? It's a little more bitter than I remember Huma being. I don't know why that is.
That's because it doesn't have as much malt backbone to it. So just like a double IPA is going to drink not so bitter.
Right.
You drop out more of that malt and you're going to really pick up some of those bitter undertones. It's a very resiny, piney hop flavor profile that you're getting. I don't get a ton of like citra or tropical notes on it. To me, Huma is an up north beer because it kind of tastes like the pine wood smell.
Yeah.
How I've always thought of it. So this is kind of a nice little light version. Do you like it?
I do. Like I said, I think I like the regular Huma better. just because it's a little more balanced for me. But I like the calories though in
Right.
this one.
I think that's the biggest thing is when you're trying these lighter beers, you can't compare apples to oranges, right? I can't compare Lighthearted to Two Hearted because they're not anywhere near the same beer. But can I compare this to a Lil Huma? Probably, because those are a little bit closer in what they're trying to accomplish and achieve, I guess.
Right. All
Okay,
right.
let's
Decent.
try the Tree Love. Now, you had this a couple weeks ago with our friend Phil Davey
That's right. It was our
as
beer of the week.
beer of the week when I was on furlough. So, what did Phil have to say about this?
Phil is just a bundle of energy and so much joy. He said this was
He's
a
a
very
gem.
he is very well balanced as well as you can see. It is only now the can says 115 calories, I think, but
Mm-hmm.
it's 40 IBUs, and I think it's just got a hint of bitter. I really like this. He said there are several hops that blended this together. Citrus, zesty, and crispy are the things that he said to describe them.
It's very smooth in the beginning. There's not that real bitterness in your tongue. This is a very smooth beer.
Yeah,
That's much lighter on the hops than some of these other ones.
you'll
I
like
like
the story. You'll like the story of the name. Tree Love comes from when you're playing golf or disc golf, and maybe your frisbee lands into a tree and it bounces toward the basket. That's
Ah.
called Tree Love. And he said there's also a couple of Easter eggs on here too.
Oh,
So
really?
if you look at the can, to the left of the label, toward the bottom, you'll see a flag,
Oh, yeah.
and the other side you'll see the basket.
Oh, there's the
There's the
flag.
flag,
Oh,
and then
there's
you
the
go to the other side,
basket.
see the basket,
There's
which
the
is kind
basket.
of
That
cool.
is
Again,
cool.
yeah.
Nice, nice.
But
Oh, hello, friends. I have my assistants. Okay, can you guys go away? Thank you.
one of them likes to well, one of them likes to impartate
They
there.
like beer, yes. Suki's a beer
That's the
connoisseur.
one. Okay. Wasn't sure if it was Suki or Luna.
She has a bit of a drinking problem now.
We'll stop there.
I like that beer. That is it's very crisp.
Mm-hmm.
It's clean.
Very clean.
I like that it comes in the 16-ounce can. That's nice. I think that's a good option. That's a nice crushable little option there. Okay.
Crushable. All right,
Last
so
last one is from Crankers,
actually, we
right?
got two beers.
What did I miss?
Do you have the Locals Light?
No, I already drank all that.
You're
But I
supposed
can
to
discuss.
save these. That's
I can
okay.
discuss,
You've
okay?
had it. Yeah, you've had it before.
Actually, someone else in my family may have drank it, not me.
All right, so
Okay, so
this is
this,
Crankers.
yeah, now this one, they're actually labeling it keto. Are you allowed to do that?
Wasn't keto spelled differently in the keto world?
I thought that's how it was spelled.
Well,
So
maybe that's the way it is.
Keto IPA.
All right, what
They've
does it
got
say about keto?
156 calories, 3.3 grams of carbs, 7.2 ABV. So it's got the high ABV, little bit higher on the carbs and calories, but still lower than a regular beer. So not quite comparable to some of these other brews for carbs or calories, but up there in the ABV, more like a Huma or a Two Hearted.
7.2%.
That's a weird color. I don't know
Oh,
if you guys can see it. It's almost blush.
it's a little. I want. Yes, that is a weird color, almost like periwinkle or.
Yeah, like it's got a purple undertone to it.
Yeah,
What does
really.
this say here? Okay, so it says, welcome to the keto revolution, a healthy lifestyle, not a fad diet. Finally, IPA lovers can quench their juicy, citrusy, hoppy thirst with no regrets or guilt. Keto IPA is brewed with only the highest quality ingredients, no added sweeteners, extracts, or corn syrup. Well, most Michigan beers don't have that junk, so
Right.
okay. Okay, that's all it says. Wonder if it's giving it that weird color. What's it taste like? It smells almost fruity.
Yeah, it's a little fruity. Maybe that's where the color comes from.
It smells fruity. It tastes almost fruity with a hint of a little bit of sweetness in the beginning, but then it kind of ends up bitter.
It doesn't end up bitter. Yeah. I don't know. This beer have to grow on me, I think.
I don't know if it's going to grow on me. I don't know if I like it. It has some very interesting, weird, kind of strange flavors going on that I'm not expecting, and then at the end, it's just kind of flat and bitter.
Yeah. I've never
Feels
seen
a
this one.
little. It's a little undercarbonated too, I think.
I have not seen this in the stores very often, and then Dave at Party World told me about it. I'm like, okay, include one of those too, you know.
Yeah.
So
Well, I'm happy to try it. Uh, Crankers is up in Big Rapids. They've got a great pub there. Really fun to go and visit. Good food and all that kind of stuff. So this might not be my favorite Crankers beer, but hey, way to jump on the bandwagon, I guess, right?
so I mean, which one was your favorite, or ones that you are going to want to definitely try again?
Well, let's see here. For
Obviously,
sure, Lighthearted. I would
yeah,
be
yeah.
saying.
I was just going to
Uh,
grab that can and say that's probably
That'll
one of
probably be
your
my
top
number one.
ones.
I did really like the Tree Love from Sheboygan. I think that is a really well balanced beer that's very, very drinkable. Nice for on the river or golf course. I thought that was really good. And then if I was going to pick one that kind of surprised me, and I think I might want to revisit because it's interesting, I would probably pick this Light Point from Newhouse.
I have it in my hand, ready to go. This
That
is
was
one.
just an interesting flavor to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those would be my choices. They all were different and unique, and you'll have to decide what kind of flavor profiles you're into or what activity you're doing as to what you're going to pick. But I think it's cool that Michigan breweries are exploring these options. It's definitely, I think, a trend that should be noted, and people appreciate it.
They do, especially me when we're at our 10th restaurant of the day and we're trying to eat some
When
more.
you're
So
working on this hot bod.
yeah, okay, that's you can get up. I'm not going to do that. No, it's been interesting, right? Because we haven't been able to do the restaurant visits like we have been able to do. So it's been interesting just to exchange beers virtually, right? And or at least drop them off at your porch or you drop them off at my porch. It's just been really weird.
That's what we've been doing like every week. We do the beer run for each other, which is fun too. But hopefully we can all get back out there soon and go experience these great places, firsthand. But until then, support your Michigan breweries. If you can go to your local bottle shops to purchase, that's great. But if you can go direct to the brewery, even better, and pick up a couple 6-packs or maybe a crowler or a growler. They so appreciate the support and they need it right now. So if there was ever a time to drink Michigan beer, it's now, right, John?
That's right, everyone. We appreciate you joining us today. And for more information, you can go to mlive.com.